right, I decided to do this video probably a while ago, and I wrote down all the questions. It's like a get to know me, or that's actually what it is. It's a tag. It's called the TNOG tag. No one tagged me, but that's okay. I'm gonna do it anyways because I just thought, oh, well, I was watching other people's videos and I thought, oh, that's fun. That'd be a fun video to do, so I'm gonna do it. So let's see how quickly I can get through these questions because there's a lot. Oh, 40 questions. Okay, let's get started. Do you have any pets? Yes, I do. So I have a rabbit. She's a lop-eared bunny rabbit. She is 10.5 years old. Her name is Ellie. We call her Bear. She's an indoor pet rabbit. Technically it's the dining room, but we've never used it as the dining room. It's sort of the craft room now. It was my daughter's playroom as she was growing up. But she has free reign of that room. She can kind of run around. It's carpeted and she likes it, and she's litter trained. She's my little geriatric bunny. I have 2 cats. We got both cats during the lockdown, during COVID, I guess you'd say, when we were all kind of trapped inside for a while. My daughter had wanted a cat for a couple of years, and I'd been like, no, because we had way too many animals. We used to have guinea pigs. We had a giant Flemish rabbit. And I said, once some of these animals, are no longer here, if you get my drift, then we can get cats. Well, when she spent like 3 weeks inside the house because she wasn't going to school, I was just like, okay, we'll get you a cat. So we got her cat. Sometimes you'll see her in videos because she likes to get up and walk across my face. Her name's COVID. My daughter named her after why she was quarantined. And then a few weeks after she got her cat, I was constantly stealing her cat from her and wanting to mess with her cat. And so I ended up, I got a tickle in my throat. So I ended up looking for my own cat because plus, I just think it's fun to have a buddy. Cats like to wrestle and play with each other. So I thought, well, I'll get another cat for me and they can enjoy each other's company. So a few weeks later, I ended up getting my cat Rona. So I named her kind of after the situation we were dealing with at the time. So we'll always remember what year we got them in. Oh, and I also have 9 chickens. So they've all got names. They're all like pets. They give us beautiful, delicious butt nuggets every day, and I love having chickens. They're so much fun. They're hilarious to watch. Are you in a relationship? Yes, I am. I've been married 15 years now, or it'll be 15 years. Yeah, it'll be 15 years this September. His name is Ben, and we were, I guess technically you could say we were high school sweethearts. So we've been kind of together since I was 18 years old. I was 18 and he was 20. Do you drink alcohol? Sometimes. I don't drink it that much. I do enjoy a good margarita. I do enjoy the fruity stuff. If we go out and there's like a fun fancy drink, I like to get those. But like here at the house, I don't really have we have stuff to drink, but I don't ever drink it hardly at all unless we're having like a get together or something. If I go and have to a nice restaurant and get a good steak, I do like a nice glass of red wine, but it's very occasional. Do you believe in God? Yes, I do. I was raised super duper Christian. I had to go to church every Sunday. I don't really do that anymore. I haven't really found a church that I'm comfortable in. I talk and pray to Jesus in my own way. That's all I'll say about that. Hot dogs or cheeseburger? Cheeseburger, for sure. Favorite food? Oh my goodness. To eat or just as a food? Because that would be tomatoes. And you can make all kinds of stuff with tomatoes. You can make cabbage soup. You can make spaghetti sauce. You can make ketchup. Lots of fun things with tomatoes. So I'm gonna just go with tomatoes. That's it. My favorite food is a tomato. Thinking about getting a tattoo of a tomato. What do you drink in the AM? I used to drink coffee. Now I drink tea mostly. And sometimes it's just like water. Like there's like this Juice that we like to get is called Tampico, and I don't like to drink it like full strength. I will put like a little bit of the Tampico in the bottom of my bottle. So I have a big, like, I forget how many ounce bottle, 32 ounce or something. And then I'll fill the rest with water, so it just adds a little hint of like orange flavor to my water. I'll drink that in the morning because it's really hot. So I'm always out in the garden now, and I'm carrying around my bottle of water, my orange flavored water, Tampico flavored water. That's something about me. I don't like full strength like drinks a lot of times. Like Monsters, I like the white Monsters, but they have to be like super watered down. I like my coffee watered down. I like my tea watered down. It's a little bit of a weird thing, but it is what it is. Can you do 100 push-ups? Ha! No. Even when I was like super duper like lifting, like when I was lifting weights a lot and doing a lot of running and exercising and weightlifting, I still couldn't do 100 push-ups. I wouldn't even want to do 100 push-ups. I can't do something for a long amount of time. I get bored. So there's that. I used to be able to do 2 pull-ups. Rona! Oh, it started raining. And my cat is so afraid of the rain. Pretty sure she thinks the sky is falling. So I'm gonna have to pause this for a second and go tend to my scaredy cat. Okay, I'm back. So I was able to pass her off onto my daughter. My daughter's holding her. She's so scared of it. She's scared of the snow. Like, I literally think she thinks the sky's falling or something. I cannot get you guys level. That's gonna have to do. Next question. Favorite season of the year? Spring. End of spring, beginning of summer. I technically like summer the best because I like the heat. I like dry heat. I hate to be cold. I do not like the winter that much. My favorite hobby, gardening. I like to garden. I like to crochet. I like crafting. That's good stuff. I like to swim too. Do you have any tattoos? I do have one tattoo. It's on my foot. I just got it last year in the fall. And my daughter created it. It's on my foot, and it's like a sunflower, it's a sunflower, and it's got her name. It says Jade in cursive there. So she drew this, and I just took the picture of her drawing to my tattoo artist, and he put it on my foot. Do you wear glasses? I do not. I had LASIK surgery. How many years ago was that? 17 years ago. Still have 20/20 vision. I'd do that all over again. Do you have any phobias or fears? Yeah. I scare quite easily. I don't like snakes. I'm deathly afraid of heights. I don't like to fly. I have to be medicated to be on a plane, like heavily. I'm sure there's more, but that's enough for now, right? Do you have a nickname? Jen. My given name is Jennifer, and when I was growing up as a kid, I was Jenny. And then I think when I hit high school, or maybe it was college, it went to Jen with one N. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm called, Jen. But other than Babe from my husband or Mama, that's my nickname. Favorite candy? Oh, that's a tough one. I like the candy. I like the sugar. What would my favorite be if I could think of? What could it be? I like peanut M&Ms. I also really enjoy a Payday. I can't pick. That's a tough one. I like gummy bears. I mean, if it's got sugar in it, I'll probably eat it. Do you believe in ghosts? I guess. Yeah, I mean, I believe, I don't know. That kind of stuff is kind of like, I like to like watch Unsolved Mysteries, and if they have something like that on there, that's fun to watch, or like the paranormal type movies. I like that stuff. You know, to believe is something that you haven't seen. So I guess, yeah. I mean, because I've never really experienced anything. I mean, I guess I've experienced weird stuff, but like I've never seen like an apparition or like an actual ghost or whatever. But weird stuff happening, I don't know. I guess something like that could be possible. So I'm one of those people where I'm like, never say never, you know? So, rain or snow? Rain, because it's not cold, but then snow because it's pretty. So there's pros and cons to everything, guys. These questions are hard. Do you have any piercings? I do. I have one hole in each ear, and as you can see, I should have put some earrings in, but I never do. I always forget. My age, I am 39. I will be 40 October 13th, the big 40. It's exciting. Oh, hello, dear. What you doing? And there's my daughter. She's gonna turn 21 in December. French fries or onion rings? French fries, definitely French fries. I'm not a big fan of like the breaded fried stuff. And onion rings are that, breaded and fried. I mean, I do eat them, I like them, but they have to be like really good. I don't like this. Sometimes you get them and they're soggy or whatnot. Do you have children? You just saw. That's my child. Jade, my one and only. Favorite color? Boy, these are tough. Right now, it's probably purple, but it changes. Sometimes like I like yellow, I don't know. There was a point in my life when I liked black a lot. It just changes. Different flavor of the month. Can you sing? I can actually sing. I haven't really done it like in front of people in quite a while. But when I was growing up, I used to sing for my sister. I would go around with her. She would speak at like churches and things, and I would sing there. I remember singing at my mom's birthday party one time. And I was in chorus. I was in all county chorus in high school. I remember I did a solo one time in school. What they would do is they'd have like the evening, what is it called? Performance for the parents. And then they also had performance for the school. So they would actually like block off some time and all of the kids would come in. And I remember my friends, I hadn't told them that I was doing a solo, and I did it. And then afterwards they were like, oh my gosh, you really can sing. And I was like, thanks. Can you whistle? Not without looking weird. I work for a dentist, and he like whistles like a lot, and he can like whistle really well to the tune of whatever music's playing. I love it. My mom growing up, so long story, my mom growing up was like in her like late 70s, early 80s, when I was like, you know, able to remember her. But she whistled a lot, and she grew up in a time, so she was older, and she grew up in a time where girls didn't whistle or wear pants, and she was a rebel. She was a rebel. She did both. She wore pants and she whistled. I remember that about my mom. That's something really special about my mom I always think about, because she was a bit of a tomboy when, you know, you weren't supposed to wear pants. You only could wear skirts and dresses. Where were you born? I was born in, I believe, Cumberland, Maryland. Yeah, Cumberland, Maryland. I think it was called Sacred Heart Hospital. That hospital's not there anymore, I don't think. So not far from here. Can you cook? A little bit. I have certain things I do really well, and then I'm one of those people that I really screw up stuff the first time around, but it gets better with time. So we'll say that like that. New recipes sometimes, you know, don't end up tasting anything like they're supposed to, but then if I keep trying, I eventually get there with it. So, can you swim? I'd love to swim. Funny story though, I self-taught myself to swim when I was around 12 years old. I couldn't be taught, apparently. Like, people would try to teach me and I'd freak out, and so they just stopped trying. I eventually, somehow, and I don't even remember when, learned to swim. But I was always the kid at the pool parties, hanging onto the sides, creeping around. And I did not want that for my daughter. So the second I was able to enroll her in swimming lessons, I put her in swimming lessons, and she's known how to swim since I think she was like 3 years old. So, and I've seen where people just toss their like newborn babies in the water, and babies have that instinct. You can teach your kid to swim. Really, I'm not suggesting y'all do that. Okay, next question. Shower or bath? Oh, another tough one. I like how there's a quickness to the shower, but I also like a bubble bath with like fancy stuff from Lush, like bath bombs or bubble bars, or, you know, like I like those big giant tubs. I don't have one, and I want one in my house, but I don't have one. What are they called? I can't think of the word. like soaker tubs or whatever, like 2 people can get them, and I love those tubs. But you know, so that's another one of those questions. I can't choose. It depends on the nature of the situation. City or nature? Nature all the way. I like to visit a city and visit cities, but to live there, no, I don't think so. There's just too much going on, and I like the quiet. I like to hear the birds. I like to see all the bugs and stuff. And in cities, I think that's dulled down a bit. Are you a good friend? Truthfully, I don't know. I'm gonna say that's another tough one. In my opinion, no, because sometimes I can be hard to get a hold of. Sometimes like you get like a text message or whatever, and I don't end up getting it till days later, or I read it real quick, but I'm busy and I'm like, I'll get back to them, and then that doesn't happen. So I don't know. I mean, that's not a good question for me to answer. I'm gonna just say no. And if you think I'm not a good friend, I'm sorry. I've been trying harder as of lately. We'll say that. Any broken bones? No, I think I sprained my arm once, or my wrist at one time. I was trying out for basketball. I so wanted to be on teams growing up, but I was not athletically inclined at all, but I would try anyways, and I fell running backwards and like sprained or broke or fractured or something my wrist, and I had to wear a cast. That's all I can remember about that. I remember playing in a pile of leaves one time too when I was younger, and I was doing this by myself. And I ran really fast and jumped in it and tried to slide, and I hit my butt so hard, I think I might have broken my sacrum, but I don't know for sure. But I just sat there and screamed and cried all by myself for like 10 minutes. It hurt so bad, I'll never forget that. So I might have broke my butt, I don't know, because I didn't tell anybody about my broken butt. I just kind of dealt with it until my broken butt quit hurting to sit down. How would you even fix a broken butt? I don't even know. I guess, can you? I don't know. Didn't look into it. How many TVs in your house? 1, 2, 3. So my daughter has one in her bedroom. She actually doesn't use it a whole lot. There's one in the basement that doesn't get used a whole lot. The living room TV is the one that gets used a lot. It's huge. And I like to have like, oh well. I do have like a couple of movie screens outside that we use, but I don't think that counts. So there's a big screen that we have on the back side of the garage of our house here. And then there's also like one that we pull up where our fire pit is. And we have a projection that we'll use, that we'll take outside when we want to watch outdoor movies. Worst pain ever. Is that like physical or emotional? Because losing my mom was probably the worst emotional pain ever. Second, like recently would be my dog. That was awful. Physical, probably breaking my butt. That I can recall. I also put a nail through my foot one time. That was pretty painful. Giving birth, I had the epidural. Afterwards, yeah, it's hard to think back on that because you have your beautiful little baby. So I was probably in a lot of pain then too. I don't know. I forget that stuff. I don't hold on to that stuff. The physical pain. And I try not to hold on to the emotional pain, but you know, that stuff eases over time. But like if I'm sitting here thinking about it, like thinking about my mom and my dog and that kind of stuff being gone, makes me sad. Do you like to dance? I love to dance. I don't know if I'm a good dancer, but I like to dance. I like to get jiggy with it. I would love to learn to like do different kinds of dance, like salsa or ballroom maybe. But there's like no place around where I live, because I live in the sticks of West Virginia that kind of, I don't think there's any place that does dance lessons like that. I could be wrong. Camping or hotel? camping is fun, but you gotta like clean up after yourself. I like hotels because you can just like, you know, you leave the bed, you don't have to make the bed, you don't have to cook for yourself because you're probably going out to eat somewhere. I don't know, that's another one of those questions. I can't really, there's pros and cons to both. Camping's fun because you're in nature. I like the smell of a fire pit. I can always find reasons to like stuff. And then there's reasons to not like those things. So these questions are kind of hard. Do you think you are weird? Yeah, definitely. I'm a bit of a weirdo. And I like that I'm not boring. How long have you been gardening? Oh, okay, well, here at this house, gardening for food, I'd say 5 years. I've always loved like flower gardens, and I've always been trying to put in trees, fruit trees, ever since we lived here, plants. But even as a child growing up, my dad had a garden, and I would go out and pick the beans off the plant or dig up the potatoes with him. So I've always liked playing in the dirt, always. If you could grow anything in your garden, what would it be? Cucumbers? No. Yeah, cucumbers. I have a hard time with cucumbers. I also don't do very well with melons. What else do I have trouble with? I did grow a couple of Kajari melons, but my issue with melons is that I either pick them too soon or I pick them too late after something else has delved into them and had their feast. So yeah, one year I grew cantaloupe, and it was like Gurney's giant cantaloupe. I can't remember what it's called, but I had this massive, gorgeous cantaloupe, and I waited and waited. You know, you pick it up and you sniff it to see if it smells like a cantaloupe. That's when you know it's ripe. And waited too long, and I went out one day and half of it was gone. So I don't know. I would say I really want to grow a good, I see people's like trellises of cucumbers. Just they're like, oh, I'm inundated with cucumbers, and I get like this piddly, like shriveled up on the end, weird looking thing. I'm gonna say cucumbers. I'm gonna try to grow cucumbers. Last year, I really wanted to grow ground cherries, and I did it. And now they're everywhere. They're volunteer ground cherries everywhere. Like, I don't know if animals took them, but I'm constantly pulling ground cherries. Ground cherries and tomatoes. Like, if you grow those, you know, you'll have volunteers everywhere. All the time. There's tomatoes popping up in my driveway. And the last question, number 40, is what is your growing zone? And I think I'm in like zone 6B, 7A, somewhere around there. I am in northeastern West Virginia, right near the border of Maryland. So that's it. This is the get to know me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoy your day.